Hi guys, this is Radwa with a new episode of CxO Talk. CxO Global is a knowledge sharing platform helping in business and networking opportunities. Today we have a really special guest, Sir Asad Mahmood, CEO at ImmersiveAds. Sir, how are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for having me on this talk. I'm doing
Thank you
absolutely well,
so much. Thank
alhamdulillah.
you so much for giving us your time. So, how are you doing? Thank you so much again.
I think there's a delay. I said alhamdulillah, everything is fine, and thank you for having me on the talk.
Okay, so let's just get into it then. We are really curious to know about your journey. So can you tell us what started it all?
As a journey of what individual I am, or you want to know more about my entrepreneurial journey?
I think you should merge both of them.
Okay, so as an individual, I am the youngest of my family, and um, I happened to study O levels, and then I did my pre-engineering. So I'm a Ravian, I'm a Fastian, and I'm a Lubinite. So it's a combination that Allah has blessed me with, which means that education is in Pakistan. I had a chance to get the not if it's not the best, but it's not the top notch. It's the best one, I guess. But what happened out thereafter was much more exciting than what happened during the studies. Is primarily because the change of as a human actually comes when you come onto the practical field. So I've been a software engineer and a product manager or a product head after my MBA degree from LUMS. I have been working in a few places when the change happened, and I certainly realized that if the potential is not fully used, you tend to be not satisfied, or the inner satisfaction does not come with it. And that's where the entrepreneurial journey started, and urge to do something on my own was started. Generally, sorry. Generally, the young lot nowadays thinks that they should not work for anybody else. They should have their own business because they want more money. I think that's not a very strong drive. That's what I've learned in my life as well. The stronger drive is how much value do I want to create in this world. So if I'm there, which means I will be always looking for opportunities in which I'm consumed, rather than saying that I'm not consumed, but I still get the output. That never happens. So after my few jobs back in 2011, I started off being a technology entrepreneur because, sorry, because despite of going through the MBA and marketing and all those studies, which actually improved my business sense, it always came back to me that I am a techie guy at the end of the day. I used to play a lot of games. So I've been playing games since 1986. I'm quite an old person in that case. So playing since childhood. And then when I saw the opportunity of Android, and that seemed to suit best as my profile as well. So I started doing technology on mobile apps and games. So having done that for a while, um, you just keep on improving. आपको चीज़ें सीखने को मिलती हैं. You just keep try and you test different things. When suddenly, because in it's mobile games, making them is one thing. Then there is a challenge of scaling them, and there's a challenge of monetizing them. So I happened to create a customized solution for monetization that led to another thought and idea for me that was called console ads. So I built a completely new product that was called console ads, and Alhamdulillah, I'm proud to say that it's the only and the first Pakistani ad tech company and this advertising tech. So there is no such platform even now, and there wasn't created before as well. So we partnered with the best networks around the world. That is Google, Facebook, Unity Ads, Apple, Ad Colony, all the best ones that are being used by the publishers. And the journey went on and on. We were able to raise about $1.15 million on that. There was big ups. There were big downs. It's all part of the learning. What happens, why happens, and then suddenly came the COVID. Investors got scared. Then came the economy conditions of Pakistan, more scared. Things got difficult. However, Alhamdulillah, we happened to emerge ourselves even better in technology itself. So I happened to convert Console ads into another product that's called Immersive Ads. And those are basically ads which, instead of popping up on the screen, they are shown within the gaming environment. So if you move along in the game, you would see ads placed everywhere, and they would not be intrusive in nature. And that's how we are focusing on making those ads for the metaverse as well. And besides that, I have a very good technology team. We offer services to other companies as well, and we still make our own mobile app product as well. So this is a very quick run through of my whole journey of life.
That was amazing. That was really inspiring. So, on a little, you know, specific note, what does your day to day look like at the office as a CEO?
Um, if we should definitely discount the operational work because we don't think that that's too much of a value addition. I think when you grow, so how things grow in you is by solving problems every day. Yeah. So I emphasize the first fact is you should focus on in creating value every all the time. And when you start creating values, there is a new problem to solve every day. The more problems you solve, the faster you either fail or you succeed. So when I come to the office, I make sure that the goals that we have set are being pursued in the right direction, number one. And I should be aware of what kind of problems are being faced. The problems are not necessarily only technical in nature. By the way, a product may scale with technology, but a business would not. A business scales on processes, and a business scales on much other things like human resource and everything. So then there comes a time when technology or the hard skills are not a big problem. The scalability depends upon what kind of problems are you solving in terms of organizational growth. So and as part of my daily activities, first of all, I have to make sure that how people are handling their internal teams, if there is any issues that are being faced, are either our processes are getting better every day or not, because I'm a very pro automation based guy. So if I find any processes that's lacking because of lesser automation, my focus is absolutely there to solve it out. Because interesting part is the whole world is solving problems. You're not some, and most of the times you're not the first one to identify a new one. So I just try to say, just like you optimize a product with best engineering, I just try to optimize my business operations by processes.
That was that was amazing. So, what do you think the next 2 to 5 years look like of your company?
The next 2 to 5 years are like I'm going to be really honest with this. The initial stages that I had before, because times have again changed drastically in the recent years, and primarily because of the economy situation that we are in right now. So the struggle is same, which actually gives me more drive, because Alhamdulillah, over the past 12 years, there is a certain value that we created. But what we have seen now that because of the change of the whole scenario, you have to recreate the value again. So number one, the surroundings and circumstances we are in. Number two, even the world is getting better at everything. And interestingly, technology is getting super fast. Every day there is something coming up new. One year it's all metaverse, the other year it's all blockchain, the other year it's all AI. That's how fast is. So you have to understand, and you have to um, crack the code as to how you cannot move that fast because you don't have the resources for everything that you do. So what you do is, when you're offering services, you have to be very specific and you have to be the best of all. And at the same time, when you do products, like if I'm doing apps, um, I should be adding some really good stuff to that, for which the user engagement and content creation is much better. And in terms of immersive ads, I'll be heading in looking for other round of investments as well, because that's an idea that's investable for quite a lot of VCs I have been talking to before. It's just gonna take time, because metaverse is something that's not happening soon. So probably this is earlier in time, ahead of time. So the next 2 to 5 years, we'll be focusing on creating good human resources teams, and making sure that either we do products or we do services for external clients. We have to be the best in the domains that we already work in.
That was amazing. Tell us, how do you unwind after a full day of work?
You'll be surprised. I do kickboxing.
Really, that's amazing.
I because um, I have been a sports guy. Um, I like playing games because just like my computer games, I believe games are made of like two major components. Number one, you're in computer games, you can explore, you can see worlds, you can see dimensions that you cannot do in the real world. And the second thing is competition. So going to a gym and just pumping up iron is no competition for me. I like playing sports. It brings in more competition and more challenge to me. So kickboxing is something, despite of not having a real competitor to fight with, I do kickboxing for fitness. So my trainer seems to me as a competitor. So when he says do this more, so it's more challenging, and it builds your body in a very beautiful way.
Having challenges is amazing. That's really inspiring. So it seems like we're getting to the end. I think, okay, so tell us, I think this is the last one. What do you think about the utility of forums like CxO Global?
I think the most important thing, which quite a lot of useful people don't bother about, and which is generally right because they're too focused on work. Forums like these and other ones answer or address a concern that's called networking. So despite of you being really engulfed or busy with work, I think people should know about you as well. Primarily because sometimes, and most of the times, they are not able to understand from the third person perspective what's happening inside of your organization or within yourself. So these forums actually introduce you to other people, number one, in terms of being relevant, and number two, in terms of any value that you can bring to them. So that's usually I find in these kind of forums, and I think CxO is also doing a good job on that. And hopefully, because of this, we are able to connect, we are able to talk, we are able to find relevant people, and understand the intellect that we carry with ourselves.
So that was great. Again, we'd like to thank you for giving us your time. Amazing insights. We've learned a lot. I hope everybody else did. Thank you again for giving us your time. Again, to join CXO, log on to cxoforum.global and have a good day.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.